1950s, the North Korean War began. The U.S. begins development of the hydrogen bomb, and Cinderella was released. In 1951, Kellogg's released Sugar Corn Pop cereal. Alice in Wonderland was released, and the 22nd Amendment was formed. In 1952, the first video game was released. Robin Hood was released, and Kansas beat St. John's in the Final Four. 1953, Dwight D. Eisenhower was elected as president, Richard Nixon was his vice president, and Peter Pan was released. In 1954, Oprah Winfrey was born, the Detroit Red Wings won the Stanley Cup, and the first colored broadcast was the Tournament of Roses Parade. In 1955, the Warsaw Pact was established. Rosa Parks incites the Montgomery bus boycott, and the Detroit Red Wings won the Stanley Cup. In 1956, Eisenhower was re-elected, and God We Trust was adopted as a national motto, and Larry Bird was born. In 1957, there was the Civil Rights Act of 1957, The Cat in the Hat is released, and How the Grinch Stole Christmas is released. In 1958, American Express made their first credit card, NASA was formed in efforts to explore outer space, and Ronald Reagan was born. In 1959, over 1 million people were members of the Dinner Club, the NBC Western Bonanza was the first drama in color, and Alaska was a USA.
In 1950, the Korean War begins with North Korea invading South Korea in June. In 1951, the 22nd Amendment was formed. In 1951, Truman signs a peace treaty with Japan to end World War II. In 1953, Joseph Stalin dies. In 1954, segregation ruled illegal in the U.S. In 1955, Rosa Parks incites the Montgomery bus boycott. In 1955, the Vietnam War begins. In 1955, the Warsaw Pact is established. In 1956, In God We Trust is adopted as our national motto. And in the 50s, the color TV became a thing. Some popular movies in the 1950s are Cinderella, Rear Window, The Wild One, The Searchers, and Sunset Boulevard. Some popular music in the 1950s are Tutti Frutti, Unforgettable, Mr. Sandman, Blue Suede Shoes, and All Shook Up. Some popular books in the 1950s are East of Eden, Lord of the Rings, Charlotte's Web, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and Fahrenheit 451. Some famous people in the 1950s are Marilyn Monroe, Elvis Presley, John Wayne, Harry S. Truman, Dwight D. Eisenhower, Richard M. Nixon, Martin Luther King Jr., Queen Elizabeth, Lucille Ball, Gary Cooper. Some major catastrophes in 1950 are the Fargo tornado, Hurricane Gracie, Hurricane Audrey, Hurricane Flossie, and the Great Flood of 1951. Some world leaders of the 1950s are General Secretary Joseph Stalin, Prime Minister Sir Winston Churchill, Dwight D. Eisenhower, Pope Pius, and Juan Perón.